You're calling for this £30 million as a cushion for Welsh businesses in the event of no deal. It's not very ambitious, is it, given the current value of EU money to Wales?
Well, it's more ambitious than the Welsh Government's plans. I was staggered and alarmed this week to be questioning the First Minister of Wales about plans in the event of a no deal, to be told that there were no plans and that there could be no plans. And I think that's something that we should be concerned about. Businesses in Wales are telling us that all of this uncertainty is damaging to them, that they want certainty, that they can keep their workers on, and a fund like this will help to go some way towards providing that certainty for business.
But it's difficult for you, Leanne, isn't it? I mean, unlike Nicola Sturgeon, who can bash Brexit all she likes, with a mandate of 62% from the Scottish people, but Wales, of course, voted to leave.
You're right, and we accept the result. I voted to remain and campaigned to remain, and I still think Wales would be better off if we were able to remain.
Right,
but
so why did your vote share go down in the election?
People voted to leave.
But your vote share went down in the election,
Sorry?
so clearly your vote share went down in the election, so clearly people feel you haven't quite respected the result of that election because of your stance on Brexit.
Our seat share went up in the election. We have a new MP. Ben Lake is the youngest MP Plaid Cymru has ever had, and he's an excellent MP. So I don't recognise this narrative that Plaid Cymru has had a disastrous election.
I didn't say it was a disaster.
We're up 25% on our MPs.
Right, well, I didn't say it was a disaster.
Well, what counts is the number of MPs that you have. In 2015, we lost one seat, Ynys by just 200 votes. And nobody would accept that we'd had that near miss. What I was told then was that it's the final tally that counts, and for Plaid Cymru, we're up, and that's what counts.
Right. Would you regard that as a massive breakthrough?
Of course it's not a massive breakthrough,
right,
but it's not a disaster.
I mean, you said this week you want to lead Plaid into the 2021 Assembly elections, but one of your own AMs says you should think now about stepping down. What's your response?
Who has said that?
Well, it was an unnamed AM, I grant you, but it said the party needs a leadership contest. The election result under Leanne was disappointing. If we're going to move the party forward, it's time for Leanne to step down. She has lost authority in the group and no longer has any control over what the group does.
I'm not going to respond to anonymous comments. My group is with me and my party is behind me, and I am going to be Plaid Cymru's First Minister candidate in 2021. If any of my members have got any problems with any aspect of the way that we run our party, my door is always open. I'm a very accessible leader and I'm happy to have those conversations at any time, but I'm not going to respond to anonymous briefings.
Right, so you're not worried at all about your position going forward?
Do I look worried?
No. Given your fear of no deal, you must be willing, therefore, to vote to accept whatever Brexit deal the government returns with.
No, we're not prepared to blindly back something that would be bad news for Wales, bad news for Welsh jobs and bad news for Welsh businesses. We will look at whatever deal is finally negotiated, and we believe that that final deal needs to be endorsed by people in Wales, either by the people themselves or through their representatives in the National Assembly. A no deal would be an absolute disaster for the Welsh economy, and so there's no way that I'm prepared to just sign my party up to whatever Theresa May happens to come back with. There could be a range of different options as to how this could end up, some of which could be worse for Wales than others. So I want to see what's on the paper on the final deal before I give any backing from my party to that.
Leanne Wood, leader of Plaid Cymru, going into those 2021 Assembly elections. Thank you very much.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.